What up? It's early. I've been up for a while at the store. I came down here. I'm gonna head to the show. It's already 6:45. Had some things I wanted to get done at work before I went to this show, but main thing was there was somebody last night that was having a hard time and asked said I could use some motivation right now, Nate. And it was in the middle of the show. But I think sometimes when you're going through something or you're having a hard time, you're not really interested in motivation or whatever. So, first thing I want to say is, hey, man, nobody's got a corner on the market on issues or things they need to be motivated about or things that, loss, kids that aren't healthy, jobs that get lost, all those things. Money can't buy happiness, or success in your business can't really buy happiness. It's one of those things that you have to find it within yourself to overcome these obstacles that I don't know if it's just the universe or your higher power puts in front of you to see what you're made of. But the first step to me personally, I believe, is to understand that everybody out there, everybody watching, everybody that's not, everybody that's sleeping, they're sleeping. They're not up working. They talk about being about it, but they're not about it. They've got a problem. They got to be about it if they want to come run on the track. So I think it's important. The first thing is to realize, one, that you're not the first one with this issue. There's someone else before you that had it. And there's people that have solved these problems for themselves or done great things after they've struggled, and you can follow in their footsteps, or you can follow in Slappy's footsteps and keep talking about all the reasons why not and how unlucky you are. It always interests me how people that are successful, a lot of the people from the outside act like they're lucky, and there is some luck involved. When you're Bill Gates, Michael Jordan, whatever, there is some luck, but mostly it's not, if you're being honest and you study up on this stuff and you read about it. But anyway, I got back on here this morning because I felt like I kind of shortchanged that cat. I was in the middle of the show. I don't even know who it was that asked. I hope he sees this. But I got up this morning and got down here, and I did a little reading, and I found 4 people that I wanted to go over real quick to let you know that, their quick struggle and who they are now, which you're all going to know these 4 people, I'm sure, but it won't take me 2 or 3 minutes, but I think it's important to do that when someone asks. But I'm just going to, all right, it's the first one, obviously. The first one is J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling literally wrote the first Harry Potter book as a teacher while she worked during the night as a teacher. That was her first book. Let's see, was advised not to quit her, when it was published, she was advised not to quit her day job. Obviously, she sold over 450 million Harry Potter books. So my point is that she was living on welfare and struggling as a single mother. I'm sure it doesn't get much worse than that. Ends up working at night as a teacher. Writes fucking Harry Potter, man. Yeah, I mean, that's just nuts. The other one, Arianna Huffington. I'm sure y'all have all heard of the Huffington Post. This was one of my favorite. She was a writer to begin with. Her second book was rejected 36 times. I don't know how anybody on the planet could have their book rejected 36 times, but she had the persistence to have it rejected 36 times. Imagine if she had only had it rejected 35 times. She wouldn't be the owner of the Huffington Post, right? But she persisted, and then she decided to get into an online magazine, the Huffington Post. Let's see, what did it say? I remember it says about her friends. Several friends and critics doubted the idea would take off. Fucking surprise, surprise, what we're always talking about, the shadow writers. Bottom 10 friends, man, don't ever think you cut them loose. I guarantee you that Arianna Huffington doesn't hang out with them fucking clowns anymore. Guarantee it. I bet the ones that doubt her, she's like, adios. She sold it to AOL in 2011 for $315 million. nut dragging stuff. 36 times she failed, and all it took was one. We've talked about that. The other, she says, perseverance is everything. Everybody has failures, but successful people keep on going, and that's true. The other one was, I thought Walt Disney was cool. No, it was, let's see. Did I go over Macy's department store? I liked Macy's department store. I did Ariana Huffington, JK. Yeah, so it's going to be Macy's. Roland Macy began his career as an entrepreneur in 1843. He opened 4 failed retail stores in Massachusetts, so he failed 4 times. Even his first Macy's store was forced to close due to lack of demand and low sales. It wasn't until Macy tried again 15 years later in New York that he found success. It was modest success at first, made like 85 G's back then. But obviously Macy's, the rest is history. That motherfucker's got a parade that we all fucking tune in for on Thanksgiving. You feel me? Fail, 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 fail. Macy's Day Parade. If you put it all together, man, just because you failed at something doesn't mean it's the end, baby. We right here. I'm living proof. I only failed once. It took me 20 years to gather it up. It took me 20 years to make I was building along the way, but literally 20 years to be able to take my next shot. It's sad that it took that long, but that's what it took. The other one is Jordan, and obviously y'all know Jordan. He was cut from his team. That's not important to me. I think that's a struggle that a lot of us deal with, and then he grew, and he's a talented cat with a insatiable work ethic on the basketball court, so I respect that. But he said something in this article when I was reading this morning that I thought was important for all of us, and it's just the way you think. Like, you have to flip it around. You have to believe that the cup is half full, not half empty. You just have that. You're never going to get anywhere if you're always yapping and always negative and always talking about what if. You're a clown. Nobody wants to listen to that shit. Shut up. Nobody wants you to message him and tell him about all your negative things that happen to you. It happens to everybody. Everybody. They got their own problems. What they want to hear, or like, there aren't articles about the terrible things that happen to me that get millions of views. It's probably 10% of the good ones, because the bottom 10% wants to look at that shit. If you two are bottom 10ers, we'll have at it. But anyway, Jordan, his quote was, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed." Michael Jordan. He missed 9,000 shots, man. It's all about how you look at it. A lot of us think that Michael Jordan's the greatest basketball player of all time. And, we're going to have heated debates about that our whole life. But the one thing that Jordan has is he's got his head screwed on straight and understands that he did miss 9,000 shots, and that's what made him succeed. And I think that's probably the whole moral of this video, real quick, was that when you fail, I think you should use it as a moment to say good. Bryant had me watch a motivational video one time about obstacles, and when that obstacle comes along, good, that gives me an opportunity. And I've learned from my experience that at the moment that obstacle was fucking terrible and it sucked, but at the end, if you're able to figure your way through it, good. It built character. That failure built something inside of you that you didn't want to have to go back to your family later on and say you failed. Good. Fucking don't be afraid, man, to let the world know that you're human like everybody else, man. It's cool. People who diss, people who fucking roll their eyes, man, they ain't gonna do nothing for you anyway, man. They're just the obstacles. They are the obstacles. So I want y'all to have your great. I'll keep you in your prayers for sure. Kidney disease, that's awful, man. Keep him in your prayers. Keep him in your prayers. Yep. All right. Yeah, definitely. We'll keep you in our prayers for sure, man. Everybody have a good Saturday, man. If you want something in life, man, always remember, you got to go get it, man. Your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your co-workers, whatever it is, you're going to have obstacles. Got to put on your fucking high jump shoes. Get over them motherfuckers. Let's go, baby. Have a great Saturday. I'm going to work, baby. Sleep on in, Lake boys. I got your ass. Let's go.